Hey, you guys. How is everyone? It is so nice to see you all here. Thank you so much for being here tonight. This is, give me one quick second. Oh, you don't need to hear me twice. Once is quite enough. Let me go in and say hi to everyone. Hi, Kate. Thanks for being here tonight. LFT will join us in just a few minutes. Wheel, not sure if he'll be here, but hi, if you come in. Demi, butterfly kisses. Oh, thank you, love, for saying that. Pointer. There's LFT. Hi there. I guess she's not talking to us. There she is.
Sorry, I had to unmute.
Pointer. Did we drop the membership link? Maybe not yet.
I got it. I got it.
Bunny, butterfly kisses. How is everyone doing tonight? Tara, hi, nice to see you. Welcome in. Bicrums, K-Braze, Parker. Hi, love. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Emily. Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you, Parker.
Everyone.
Abra. Risk.
Oh, good. We have a local here.
We do?
I just saw that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see Tara. Yeah. That's awesome. Maybe you
I've
can
met a
answer
lot of
some
locals
questions.
over the past few weeks, and they're also very nice. Like Anna Moody there. I love her.
Anna Moody, yes. I love Anna too. She's been coming in hot with the info too. Jackie, hi from Australia. I love my Aussies. Welcome in. Hey, Pointer. Thanks for doing that. That was really kind. I appreciate you. G'day. Oh boy, now she just left because I said my Australian accent. I'm trying to breathe. I'm trying to calm down because LFT and I just went through Facebook. And if you know me, you know that I am an emotional fool. And if I see someone trolling someone else, I get pissed. And I have seen the trolls come out on the family of Holly, and I'm livid. Livid. Hi, Adrienne.
Yeah.
Welcome.
It's such a difficult situation. And you know what? Like, I feel like, you know, you're entitled to your opinion if you feel whatever type of way. But at the same time, they just lost
their entire family?
Their entire family. You know what I mean? And, you know, if that's, you know, if they, you know, however you want to feel is fine. But they don't need to see that stuff right now. You know what I mean? It's just, it's just a terrible situation all around.
They keep copying and pasting the same comment over and over again.
Yeah.
The
So
original.
to those who may or may not hear this on Facebook, I've made it my personal mission. I just told Kate that I'm reporting every one of your harassing, nasty ass comments. I'm that Karen tonight. So I don't give a shit. I'll stay up till 3 a.m. reporting your damn comments. See if I care. But what you won't do is be rude to this family. They haven't even mourned. They haven't had funerals. They've done nothing. They're still getting information. And you're going to go in and troll this grandmother, this elderly woman? Are you kidding? Oh, no, excuse you, not on my watch. Not on my watch. I was pissed.
It's just like a highly emotional case because it involves kids and a lot of things that could have, I guess, things that it could have been prevented in many, many, many different ways. And people, just like angry because it's like, how could this happen? You know what I mean? And I get that people are angry, and I get that it, like, everyone's entitled to their opinion or how they feel. And I don't judge how anybody feels, but just, you don't have to go spam it all over.
Well, you don't have to tell the grandmother how you feel.
Like all over their family Facebook and tell the grandmother, or, it's.
And, I'm reading
worse than losing a child, let alone a child and your grandchildren. It's just not the time. You know what I mean?
And we all know how vile it was and how horrendous their murders were. So,
yeah.
Can we just, I don't know. It makes me very angry. And Crazy Mama used to tell me, Crazy Mama who's in here, hi, Lovist, I miss you and I love you. Crazy Mama and LFT used to put a leash on me, and I was not allowed to play on Facebook for a long time because this kind of stuff really pisses me off. And I don't play well with others when you do this. I don't play well with others. Human decency is lacking. So to those of you who lit my wick, my leash is off and it's not coming back on because I'm not allowing it. So do what you will, say what you will, but know that you can deal with me because I'm not playing. You can, if you want to troll and say the nasty things and blame people when you don't know the story, when you're hearing it off the news, who may or may not have it right, when you haven't spoken to these people and haven't heard their story and heard all the parents crying and figuring things out, you can call me. For now, sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. That's how I feel. Sorry, you guys. I told you I was fired up. I told you. I'd be quasi impressed with any of those. I know. And you people are so entitled to their opinions. But when a grandmother loses her grandchildren and her daughter, and we don't know the circumstances yet, so how dare you suspect that Holly's involved in anything or did anything or had anything to do with this? You don't know that. I wonder if Ashley's wearing white tonight. I would lay money on it, risk. I know, crazy. I'm sorry. I'm reeling it back in now. Damn it. But it just, that really, if you know me, you know that fires me up, and you know that I'm going to fight for the families. I was in Facebook and saw some terrible comments, Allie. And it just, no, and you're right, Tara. That's exactly.
Yeah, the grandmother's not to blame.
She's not to blame. And there are people blaming her. You gave birth and you raised this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, no, you did not. Hi, Mrs. O. Welcome in. It is so nice to see you guys here. We have a lot to talk about. Allie may come up. We have Kate from Kate Does Crime here. Kate has been in contact with the family. We've been in contact with the family, and is going to start looking at this case. So we're just going to kind of start from what's going on. And people are judging and they have no clue.
At this point, I think I'm in contact with like half of Oklahoma.
I know. That's the way we were with the one case we worked on. It was like we knew everyone in Iowa.
Like, I know. I'm like, I've met so many. They're awesome people, though.
I know.
People have reached out to me, and they're lovely people.
I saw that.
I appreciate all their tips and keeping me in the know for sure.
Yes, and you've been amazing helping us to do research and keeping us. Hope that a lot of folks that live in that area think about the situation and vote accordingly. Well, we're going to talk about that too. Agree. Yes. Agree. So one of the first things I'm going to do, if it's okay with you, lovely ladies, is I'm going to play this video from Ivy's dad that News Nation just put up. And what we're talking about here, in case you don't know, or in case you live under a rock, are the Henryetta, Oklahoma killings, where Jesse McFadden killed 6 people and then himself after brutally abusing 5 teenage kids and a mother. 3. Oh, this is so hard. So the ages are Tiffany 14, Brittany 16, Ivy 15, Michael, no, was Ivy 14? Now I can't remember. Michael was 15.
Ivy
and
14.
Huh?
I said Ivy was 14, yes.
Ivy was 14?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Riley, who was 17, and Holly, the mom, was 35. They were all shot in the head, some several times. Punksy, I love you. I owe you a message. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I have something for you, actually. I'm going to show you this too, but let me this video first. Do they find another body? Well, we don't actually know. We're working on finding out. But let me play this video first that just happened on News Nation and make sure that I got it the proper way. Let me get 1 second, guys. Sorry. And we're off.
Okay, the Oklahoma Sheriff's Department tasked with investigating last week's slumber party massacre. I actually don't know why we're calling that. I mean, this guy was a predator and he had access to kids who had kids over, and he wound up killing everybody and himself. The investigating agency has been asked to step aside. Why? Maybe because Justin Webster, father of a 14-year-old victim, Ivy,
Evan Christie said
the scene of the crime himself,
the guy who did the press conference,
sheriff said
himself.
The home was clear. That's the only reason.
The chief of police, Joe Prentice,
the bald guy who said he files the evidence. Yeah, she asked him some questions, and he said it's his fault, and that's all he said. Talk to OSBI, I think, after that, but that's the only comment he gave.
Well, I have something I just did where he wrote, the quote. I was going to put this up because it pissed me off too. The evidence is just that Jesse McFadden murdered 6 people and then himself. Beyond that, I don't know what his thought process was. Really? Because you weren't in the house. That's why. I'm not going to express any theory because I follow the evidence.
He didn't follow any evidence. He followed 0 evidence. The evidence was all still in the house.
That's right. And it says, I don't have any evidence about the motive. Let me tell you about the motive, friend. It's all over. You don't have to be a cop to realize what the motive was, but I'll show you that in a minute. We'll finish this.
I mean, it's
video.
just common sense that when
It
you
is
run
common
into
sense.
something,
You're right.
when you run into something like that, and there's phones and computers and tripods and concerning stuff in the house, that there's probably stuff online and there's probably other victims. Like, why would that not immediately be like, yes, this could be more. Why don't we look more into it? Like, how that was not, like, the fact that the cop said, what do you think you'll get out of this? Like, I couldn't even believe he said that. I was like,
I don't know how he walked out with his ass intact, because that poor dad, I mean, he seems like a really nice man.
Hey, Grandma Sherry, thank you.
Hello,
Allie.
you guys. Oh my gosh, can I just say,
Hey, Alex.
I'm excited to be here to talk about this with you guys, because I've been trying to keep up with it, but you guys have done a really great job, all of you, covering it and knowing what you're talking about. Actually, I don't know, I just appreciate it. So I'm excited to be here to talk about this, because, oh my God, it's absolute.
Thank you, Allie. That means the world. And if you guys haven't seen, like, let's just take a second to, Allie's been working on the Gannon Stout case, as well as Lori Vallow, two humongous cases going the same time here. And Allie has been working on both of them. And today she did an amazing live talking about the verdict, which will be back up shortly. But the verdict is guilty. And one of the amazing things that was on that video was Gannon's father doing his victim impact statement.
Oh yeah.
I got
man, yeah, that
messages from all over. I got several messages, Allie, from people that were like, "Oh my God, I'm crying. Are you listening to this?"
Oh my God. It was so touching. And he literally at one point puts his head down on the podium, because you can just see he's grieving with every bit of his soul. And he's like, lays his head down on the podium, and she sits there and actually turns and looks at him in that moment. But she has the most almost hateful but emotionless look on her face. Oh, I just despise that woman.
She had zero emotion. She didn't even like flinch. I don't even know. She didn't even. I think at one point she like brushed her hair away, and that was the most action we've got out of her during that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just looked like
Awful.
the way they played a clip of Gannon's, like, Gannon wanted to be a YouTuber, and he has one video up, and they played like the beginning of that, and I paused it, and you could see like everyone looking at it smiling, but Letitia was glaring at it. It's disturbing.
She looks frightening.
Yeah, she looks like
Talk
she
about someone that's taken a turn since she got herself into her own shit of a mess. In my opinion, wow, she looks rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will be shattered. Hi, Lavina. Thank you to everyone coming in. And I'm sorry if I missed saying hello personally to you, but please know that you're welcome. And we are really happy that you're here tonight. We're talking about a lot of different cases, mainly Oklahoma, but we are talking about all the different cases. No topic is off limits here. we talk about everything here. But you and Jen Lou Truth Teller has been working on this, right? She's doing her own thing right now.
She's came by, but I think it's just too emotional for her. She's having a hard time with it.
I can imagine. And Crazy Mama, are you still in here? If you can drop TT's new channel. She's got a new channel. We want to sub her up. She was live. I don't know if she's still live, but if you want to subscribe to her new channel, she's got a new channel called Table Talk. And I think it's pretty much going to be like Real Talk with Allie, right? Is it going to be like a whole bunch of different things?
Yep, I think so.
Awesome.
just anything and everything she wants to talk about. Yeah, that's why I was a little bit late, but I was not going to miss this. It was unexpected. I didn't know she was doing her live. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see what she does with it. And you're so sweet for always being supportive towards all of us. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, you guys have been so supportive towards us, so it's the least we can do. Oh, thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to finish playing this. Give me 1 sec.
Victims' families or anybody else would be allowed at a crime scene. And he found a mountain, the father found a mountain of electronic evidence left behind, including the cell phone of his daughter that the cops missed. The scene of the crime, he says, was horrific. Chains, restraints, drugs, weapons all over the house. Justin also found a list of names and birth dates, potentially pointing to other victims the suspect may have planned to target. Let's bring him in. This is so bizarre, especially with all the pain you're already dealing with. Justin, thank you for joining us. First, let's deal with Ivy's legacy. And you have a change.org petition that you want people to know about, and that matters most. So what is it?
We had her name is Ashley Mann. She's one of the residents here in Henryetta. She's actually she was an abused person herself also. And so this really meant a lot to her when this happened here in our small little town. And she took it upon herself to start drafting a petition. And I asked her to come over so that way myself and my family could go over the petition and begin to add some other stuff that we thought we would want as a family of victims of a horrendous crime. So we basically just drafted it together, and she posted it on the change.org, and where we've given it to Congressman Fettgetter to read over so he understands what but basically the whole community here and hopefully the rest of the state will jump on board. And then after that, we're asking the whole country to jump on board to start enacting some of these changes and to create a new law. And we want to make sure that I think a big point for us was the name of the law. Most of these laws that are drafted in most states are named after one victim. And,
right,
with all due respect to them, we wanted to come up with a law that protects all the victims. And here in Henryetta, our mascot are the Knights. So we wanted to name the law the Knights Law. And I think that's a great name to protect all our little Knights that are victims and affected by this.
So let's go to the investigation. You went into the home, they said it was cleared, and they literally missed your daughter's cell phone.
Yes, so from my understanding is the sheriff's office, Okmulgee Sheriff's Office, was the point agency in the investigation. And they had contacted the OSBI here in Oklahoma to do a partial assistance. And as a partial assistance for the OSBI, they can only assist as far as what the sheriff's office wants them to assist in. And so when they were going through the house, the sheriff's office, I think there was maybe just a few of them inside the house with OSBI, and they were telling OSBI what they want to take and whatnot. So just to clear up that confusion between the sheriff's office and the OSBI did what they could as far as the sheriff's office leading them. The sheriff's office is the one that let us down not once, not twice, but 3 times now during this entire investigation. And it's become very, very frustrating.
What was your biggest concern after you walked through that house?
The biggest concern for me would be they completely missed the entire story. And basically what we're hearing is that, the sheriff's office, they took point out in the property where my daughter's and the other victims' bodies were found. And after they found the bodies and the suspect, Jesse McFadden, they basically called off the rest of the investigation and the search of the house and the rest of the property. And obviously, as you've seen on K4 News, I had Kaylee Olivas with me as a reporter inside the house. She's the one who got most of that footage that I'm hoping the nation has seen by now.
We're seeing it.
We're
seeing it. We're going to show it. And obviously, hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.
And what are your thoughts on that?
I think Justin, I love Justin. I
Me
think
too.
he's like kicking ass. Excuse my language, sorry. But I just can't believe that like I said, it's like, why wouldn't you go search everything? I mean, why wouldn't you look up that place up and down? Obviously, they came from in the house. That's where they originally went. So how do you just skip half of the crime scene? You know what I mean? Like, how do you just completely ignore the rest, like everything else? That's just crazy to me.
Meanwhile, Kate and I are messaging each other, probably keeping LFT up all night, looking at the most ridiculous things on the table and trying to figure out what they are and who.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe the pages of products I've scrolled through for hours.
You wouldn't believe how my Google changed. The stuff I get popping up now ever since of doing some searches last night, my Google catered to, I was like, what the hell just happened? And
well, I think I'm probably going to get arrested for some of the stuff I looked up.
Oh my God, I just can't get over this at all. I mean, it's just from A to Z. The fact that it even happened, the fact that he was out, not registered, the fact that the kids had been there before, I don't all of it. It's just such a failure of the state of Oklahoma. And it's really disappointing.
I'm game, Risk. You know, I'm always game.
I tried to have a moment of grace, or patience during the press conference, because I knew, I guess too, they kind of, the one the other day kind of pushed so they could at least, have the victims' names and some information out there. But when he was like, I don't know, I saw I bet my internet just went out. Or no, it didn't. Okay, yay. When he said something about, we've recovered one phone and then the other was broken. I don't know of any others. And I was like, okay, I was like raising my hand from a different state going, okay, but hold on. I've got, what? You're missing about at least 4 electronics that we can know of, like off the bat at minimum. I just was blown.
It really is. I can't get over it. And there's no excuse. I don't care if they're small town. I don't care. There is no excuse. Absolutely none. Tia, I sent you a message. Check it out when you get it.
And they need to do some like empathy training or something, because the way that man spoke to that father just made me so mad. Like, oh
Lord Jesus, I'm going to need a minute. Allie, oh my God.
Okay, well, you can't do that.
Hold on. Fuck it. Okay, fuck it. There is another creator out there that the title and the thumbnail are unreal.
No more.
I am actually shocked. I'm actually shocked because that is a no-no in the true crime community. We don't victim shame, we don't victim blame, and if you don't know, you don't talk about it.
Oh, hell no.
You all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm going to look together.
Thank you for telling me, and I'm so sorry for interrupting you guys, but you know that I'm passionate about, and listen, I don't know who's guilty of what, because I don't have everything. I only know what I'm being told from family members and from the research that I'm doing with LFT, Kate, and Allie. But I can tell you that I don't know for a fact if anybody was complicit.
Well, didn't you say to me that
Freaking reckless.
there might there is some evidence that, or some talks that these locks and stuff were just purchased. We know that some of those teenagers had went over there multiple times.
Yep.
They wouldn't go back, I don't think, if there was like all these people were chained up, and it was so.
Right.
I lean towards believing that this was not like a known thing in that home just because of that.
Well,
I mean, regardless, she was murdered. I mean, why even, like, you know what I mean? I don't
I'm
know.
just
That,
thoroughly disappointed by that. That's that, my friends.
especially if you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, nobody knows what happened.
Nope.
So,
unless someone's gotten video footage from that Walmart that shows what he purchased or did not purchase that day and can come out and say certain stuff. And
I don't think Walmart's released that, only to the
nope.
to the police only. But a question for you guys, by the way, back to business here, because I don't talk about that nonsense. It just was it the sheriff's office that was initially the point? I thought it was the police I thought it was this guy, the Okmulgee County, because the sheriff's office wasn't. Does anyone know the answer to that?
No.
Actually, Anna Moody.
wait, say it again. Say it again. What you just said. Sorry,
Who was
reading chat.
the initial point agency?
The sheriff's office, I'm pretty sure.
It was the sheriff's office.
Sheriff's office.
Yeah.
Can I just say one thing just about
Yes.
covering these cases and you guys in the chat and everything? This is the thing. We have a history of seeing people get blamed for things they haven't done. Think back to Idaho if you've been here. Think about Hoodie Guy. Think about Kaylee's boyfriend. Think back to Heidi Broussard when her fiance does the interview and everyone blames him. We need to learn from our mistakes and be really careful and not blame people who are victims and family members of the victims until we have it from police, because these are real people. They're not movie stars. This is real humans going through the worst time of their life. So just remember that, and let's try to, not you guys on panel, but just remember when you you know what I mean. I just want to say that.
No, I think that's a great reminder for all of us on panel. I really do, and I take it. As
not only that, no, like I said, even if you feel that way, which I'm look, I respect everybody's opinion, but that just doesn't need to be done like that. You know what I'm saying?
Great.
Like, it's hurtful, and it's not the right time for that. And it's
well, when you talk to the families, hopefully she can apologize for that title and that thumbnail, because that's bullshit. Anna Moody says, I'm wondering, were the chains there for a year? The chains were older, but the locks were newer. I don't know if you guys noticed that. The chains were older, but the locks were brand new.
And there was a bag of locks on the table, like he had just bought some in a bag.
See, that's what makes me wonder. And why would these teenagers have been over there and go back after going home? If I just don't, that doesn't make logical sense.
Yeah, I know it doesn't, but at the same time, I do know that there was reports supposedly that one of the kids did talk to the school. So really quick, I'm just going to go over some of the things that we found on the table. And we did, LFT and I, God bless her, last night. Okay, so you guys, you know how she always says she's a Pollyanna? Last night she showed it. It was really cute. She was like, what is that thing? What is that for? And I'm like, really? I don't want to have to explain this stuff to you if we don't have to do that.
Can I bring something up before you move on?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you guys think they found something? Like, what's your opinion on that, on the medical examiner being there today?
I have mixed emotions on that. Let's talk about that for a second. Let's bring that back around.
I do too. Like, my issue is like I've never seen a medical examiner just be there just in case, or
well, medical
like
examiners aren't they there to provide whether a body is dead or alive?
they're called medical examiners are called when a unexpected death that's a homicide occurs. Like that's what they show up for. And usually there's only like two. Well, it's really the coroner usually shows up, but there's only like usually a coroner and a deputy coroner and maybe one or two medical examiners, and they don't usually call a medical, as far as I know, they don't call a medical examiner unless there's a body. I've never heard like a medical examiner being there just in case, but I could be wrong. Like I don't know. Maybe there is instances where they do that. I've just never heard of that.
Me neither. And when Brian Laundrie was found, I remember looking this up and wondering, because we didn't know yet if he was found, but we knew the ME was there, or maybe it was the coroner. But regardless, looking it up, and it's basically they show up when there's anything involving a body or even partial remain, that kind of thing.
Or an unattended death, they should be there.
And I don't think they would bring a medical examiner back to rework the scene, because they solely look at the body. So if you come back, their job is not to like go over a scene. You know what I mean?
However, some do. Maybe that, I don't know.
Some
You're
like
right. Everything you said was correct. Yeah, I mean, some do. They've said, and I only know this because of actually the Stephen Smith stuff in a side discussion that went on, where one, I believe it was, I want to say on News Nation, but don't quote me yet. But another one was saying like, yes, and you're right. Everything Kate said is absolutely correct. Like they are there to deal with the literal body and that kind of evidence. But some do go, not only like do they want the notes, but some have said that they've gone back to kind of
get an idea of.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I mean, I don't think it, but I didn't mean
and
to
then
say
the fact that
that
it was like done right on the heels of them searching the pond and finding a disturbance or whatever they phrased it as. So I don't know. I'll be shocked if it's not, but if it's not, then I guess that's possible too. But I've just never heard of
that.
Like a
then we all reported something incorrectly as well, and I'll take egg on my face for that. I can admit it, and I'll pull it and apologize. Ain't no big
we
thing.
didn't report anything incorrectly. The medical examiner was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like regardless, that's all we reported on. But we'll see.
Agree, Allie. These are real people. That's the thing. We're all people, and we're just trying to. Just trying to deal. And these people are literally just trying. They haven't. You guys, today was the day that they were going to plan the funeral. Okay, they were going to pick out 4 different caskets for their loved ones, for their children. So keep that in mind. Regardless of your feelings for how the situation happened and how they got there, children. Okay, I just keep to put the focus where it should be, and not to mention the fact that, like I said, we don't know a lot. We know very, very little. LFT, well put.
It always things are never really as they seem. If you think about it, like with a lot of these things, you got to wait until you get the information from law enforcement. And that's just the truth.
Will Tiffany be laid to rest in that town, or? I
read today that she is going to be buried in. It starts with a B. But closer to her dad.
If you guys saw
I
that
read it.
interview, that's heart-wrenching. That's
Yes.
I don't know if you
They're
saw
all-
Joe Gatsby's interview.
But I do believe that they're all doing, like there's nothing, I didn't get any kind of, no ill will with not having her, necessarily with everyone else, but it was all just agreed, ceremony kind of together. But yes, I believe Tiffany will be laid to final resting place will be, I wanted to say it started with a B. And it was in, didn't I read that out loud to you like hours ago when it may kind of been like white noise, or well, I might be lying to all y'all because I sat right here and may have written it down. I did write it down that she is so near Joe. Yes. So sorry, I will post it for sure in the description afterwards. But yes, I believe it was closer to where her dad lives, from what I understood.
Yeah, it's.
So what is the latest about that, about, what came out earlier today?
Well, there's no press conference being done about it right now. And that is where I kind of start to question things, but that might be because they're gathering information. That's why I said I'm
Or
confused.
maybe they know of like other suspects or something, and they don't want to put anything out there because they don't want them to,
run off.
I've wondered about that with the computer. A lot of times, when people are PEDOs, they are doing that with other people that are too, If you watch about it, you'll hear that too. Like, I was actually watching somebody talk about this case on the news, and they were saying the same thing. Basically, they're known to run in circles together.
Well, it would make sense. There's a lot of
Well,
that
from
would make
looking
sense.
into Jesse, he was definitely friends with a couple different things of people who had charges like that too.
So what all was with other, right?
What all did you guys find on the table? I can't wait to hear this. I mean,
okay. So I'm going to be kind of careful, but we're going to tell you.
Okay.
We found it's jacked up chocolate. It's actually THC chocolate. It's an edible. It's 1,000 grams of THC, so it's an edible. Astroglide, not glue. Astroglide. Let's see. I'll let her tell that. What?
So I don't think we should talk about it.
I thought it was really sweet and beautiful. But there was, I think, 5 different bottles of lube, personal lube. Different
there was
kinds.
like a Happy Hiney
anal
cream or something like that.
Yeah, that was cherry flavored, by the way, for those of you who are looking for that. The Happy Hiney.
You wouldn't believe how many pages of anal lube I scrolled for to try and find that brand. And I thought that the bag on the table was an enema, which it is not. So I scrolled through probably 17 pages of enemas.
No, it's a hydration bladder. Is what they call it.
A hydration bag that you put on like a backpack.
Oh yeah.
It does look like an enema though. They have ones that look just like that. So I was like,
hey, I appreciate you guys doing it, because I mean, we could kind of see what was on there watching it, but getting a closer look and knowing exactly, I wondered what that chocolate was. What about that? They had like a blunt tube and needle.
Yep.
And what was that like? It looked like an ice cube or something. What was that thing? And what was all that right?
That's for crushing the drug in there.
It's like a actually, I do not have, for the record, I do not have the same one, but I do have these other little, looks just like that, kind of like an ice cube, and mine are done for kind of the little piece I have looks like the top of a perfume bottle, but it's for candles. Like, it's got, instead of like for a votive candle, it's not wide enough up top for the votive, but it's more for like slightly like the
I'll
individual
be honest,
needles.
my
You know what
nail
I
lady
mean?
uses them.
And I was like, oh my God, I think I have one. I was like, but
Yeah.
mine's in like the china drawer that goes on the table. Like it's
Crushing the
not on out.
To crush. Yeah. What were they doing though? Do you know? Because it was.
we think meth, but I mean, I'm not educated on that, so I don't.
It looked like meth.
Does it look like meth? And it was a loaded needle. Like it was ready to go.
Oh, I don't know what was in the needle, but there was definitely meth on that like plate that the needle was on. So
Was it like crystals? Is it that way you say that, or was it like because I couldn't tell. Like I just remember seeing like some white powdery stuff, you know, because I watched it in the video. I didn't pause it.
Well, I mean, I don't. I'm not educated, and I'm saying this, but I can't imagine him getting cocaine because that costs a lot of money. So I'm thinking it was meth, and he was banging the meth.
Oh my God. Which, by the way, for those who don't know, meth is known to be like a sexual drug. When you're on meth,
that's what I heard.
You can have like, you know, people claim they have like 50 orgasms in one night, time after time after time. It makes you be able to go and go and go, and you feel everything so much more intensely. It's so that would make a lot of sense if that's what it was.
Okay, Sally, God, you're coming in with, you and Anna are really coming in with the information. Thank you very much. Meth is more prevalent here, unfortunately. That is incredibly unfortunate. So we got the jacked up chocolate, we got the Astroglide, we got handcuffs. There were several pairs. I saw 3 pairs, maybe more. Several locks, the bladder with the tubing, the tripod, Mojo lube, Heine lube.
The tripod. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a webcam tripod.
Mm-hmm.
And he was at Walmart buying like I heard that he was at Walmart buying like webcam stuff and things. Like streaming stuff.
Oh no.
5 different lubricants, a wedding ring, and
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw the wedding ring. Yeah.
Was there like a collar, something like?
Yeah, like a collar that you like put like chain to something. You know what I mean, like a bondage collar.
By the way, I also want to stress that that was not in the family room. That was not on the computer table in the family room. There were several different computer stations in that home. Did you guys notice?
Yeah. That was
so that one was in the laundry room. Yep.
And then the desk with the stickers was Holly's desk. That was like her office. Okay. And then Riley and Tiffany shared a room, and Michael had his own room. And the restraints that were on the wall were not in either of the children's rooms. So I can confirm that.
Okay, that's really important too. Was that black thing like? Is that like some kind of toy that was in the case?
I do believe so. I do
believe what black thing? Which one?
On the bed.
That was case.
Like
that looked like a massage gun.
Okay, it does kind of look like a massage gun, but it also looks like something for like 2 women, you know?
Right, Ava.
Are you talking about there was a red thing that could
no, not that.
For 2 women.
Not the double.
Yeah, not the double. Okay.
The black thing in the case. I have a massage gun just like that. I will take.
Yeah, I do too.
Compare because I'm wondering if it was one of those doubles. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a massage gun that looks really similar to that, so I'm not really sure, but I guess it could be that too. I didn't even think of that.
It's a massage gun. Ava said she has the same one. Restraints were in the living room or another office. Restraints were in the kitchen and
on the counter in the kitchen. How sick was that?
That's what. Oh,
that bothered me so much.
I have that little glass piece that was on the table, the one I have similar to it, sitting in my hand.
Will you show us?
And I think.
Is that her internet or?
It's hers. Yeah.
No. Yeah, we can't hear you, LFT. that North Carolina internet doing you dirty.
Crush a pill kind of thing in it.
Oh yeah,
So-
there you go.
Oh wow. So wait, what is it like? What's that hole in the bottom? Is that meant to?
Yeah, the one
So
that's
that's
actually
where, like,
bigger
the
than the
candle went.
one. Yeah, that's actually bigger than the one
Yeah,
that
this
was
is
seen.
bigger. Sorry, it is bigger.
Okay. Huh.
But see how it has the hole in it, and they have them like this for like birthday candle size too. Like, so like not this big of like for, you know, candles that like.
But what's the
you
purpose?
know,
The whole.
Do you crush
I don't know. I just
Do
wondered
you
if
crush it, or is that where the
you
water
crush
goes
stuff-
for the needle, or like do you burn it in there? Like, I'm so ignorant to this. I'm so sorry, you
Well,
guys.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
With meth,
but I
you
just
don't
thought
have
that was interesting. 'Cause that's what it made me think of when I saw it. I was like, wait, it's like the small one of this that has like, where mine's for candles. I don't know what the hell other people use theirs for, but yeah, that's
Cool.
what
And
it
you can
was.
get them
And
at
it
the
was
dollar store. Let's put it that way.
Mhm.
You can get them at the dollar
Okay.
store.
He was using
yeah,
it to.
What,
Mhm.
Allie?
I said he was just using it to crush his whatever before.
that's what I was
he.
wondering.
Mm.
Or
My
and then
God.
if you put liquid in it or anything, and then you could use this. Let's not give lessons, I guess, but you know what I mean. Ugh. Sorry,
Anna,
but I
that's
just
kind of where I was. I don't know. So if anyone's educated, feel free to correct me on that. I'm not
Cook
real.
it, but you do put it in a spoon, or you can put it in anything.
I wonder if
Unfortunately,
they crushed it first and then put it. Is that what you do?
you do. Some do, but some don't. Some just put it in there because the water will dissolve it with the back of like your. This is graphic with the back of your needle. You don't have to cook it. You just put it in water and then put a piece of cotton in there and then draw it up.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that education, because I didn't know.
Yeah.
No cooking needed. Okay. See, I'm learning as we go here. So that was the stuff. We did do a map last night in the middle of the damn night as to where the Walmart was, where the Brahms was, which Brahms ice cream is right across the street from Walmart. And then there's a woman at Bare Bottoms Antiques that had comments that said she saw the victims as well on Saturday night in Henryetta proper. And her store is a bit further down the street, but still in the same area. That Henryetta proper, I mean, that was real damn close to where they lived. And I mean, we're talking real close. Would the house be I don't know, actually. Oh, I'm learning. You're learning. You're learning with me.
Damn, no, that's like, yeah, that's like when, okay, if somebody gets caught cooking meth in their house, sometimes they'll come in and say, this house is not safe to live in. They'll test it. There's chemicals on the walls, those kinds of things. Yeah.
Gotcha. So if this wasn't long-term, it might, I mean, I have feelings about that house anyway. I think it should be bulldozed. I don't know, plant something nice there and pray.
God.
And two girls.
That was a big, like, is that all the property? Because like I really was having a hard time finding overhead footage, like just from the news I saw, and I kept trying to like pause and look at the property when I did, but it looks pretty big, and that pond is part of it, right?
There's 2 ponds and a creek. And
Okay.
I will show you, let me log into Google Earth and show you guys the property itself.
Who owns that?
Who
Oh,
owns
don't-
that?
Oh,
LFT, you
that
pull
has-
at that string with Kate while I pull this up.
I was about to say, don't even get me. I'm so frustrated. Frustrated right now that I can't really even speak straight. In terms of the actual that plot of land on that part of Holly Road, who the current owners are. I have 2 different, whether if it was the McFaddens, because I know that cops said it was family property, but they were renting, but still within the family. I can assure you so far all the information we have found, that is not the first address that's listed under any McFadden name, nor is it the address that's listed apparently under the current quote unquote landlord's name.
He's a landlord.
And he is the landlord, but I did see, I have come across some documents. We just have to request them and actually purchase them to get it, in terms of the deeds. And actually, I believe they had to, in order to do certain ponds and create, the ponds, I believe it was like this in Iowa as well, Tia, like you had to do a permit.
Mm-hmm.
And there are things that I have found that look potentially like that, but I don't think it's for that freaking address. But we are this close-ish to getting, I think, an answer before law enforcement or someone, or if anyone local knows for sure or can email us a different name or something that I should be looking under, because I'm going through court documents, the transfer of deeds, sales, everything. And I just would like to know exactly whose ownership it's actually under, and if the name matches what they're saying.
How big is the property? That was my next question. Like, is it like
It's huge? Huge. Can you see my screen at all? Am I even sharing? Okay.
Yeah.
So can you see my mouse if I put my mouse on, or no?
Yeah, circling that one.
So this is their property here, all the way back here. This is where the bodies were found, in this area. So if you do, and this is trigger warning for those who, here's the house. We're going to do yards. There's 400. Actually, it was a quarter of a mile. So we'll do a quarter of a mile.
They were a quarter of a mile?
So right in here, southeast, by this creek. Some were found on this side of the creek. Some were found 450 yards on the other side of the creek.
What?
So I want to show you how close to 40 that is. And this is the highway. Okay. So in here, another, what did it say? South, right? So in here was another where Holly, Tiffany, Michael, and Scum-Sucking Pig were found.
Okay. So do you know where were the others found? Or
right. So the others were found here, a quarter of a mile away.
Riley, Brittany, and Ivy were found together.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Sally Page is saying it might be slightly more south, or more east than south. Excuse me.
Over here a bit, maybe.
Okay. So can you show me the entrance to the house, the driveway?
Of course I can.
You're really good with maps. I wish I was that good. Just measuring stuff and.
All right. So let me turn it around for you. I'm going to make you dizzy, guys. Sorry.
Okay. Allie, you'll laugh or appreciate this. The other night when we were doing this, when we were looking up Summer Wells stuff, like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, their property records, all that comes up, like where we can find it. And not only can you look at the parcel information, you can map it out. That, like, they've got the mapping tools,
Oh yeah, you can see like how many feet that these people are.
And I got so mad because the first time in a hot minute, I was like, you got to be kidding me. We have this available, like, in Tennessee. What, everyone else get on board? I don't understand.
Wasn't it like that in North Carolina, or where we went to Lyric and Dev? You guys used
Yeah.
That's really cool. And I cannot believe. I hope we hear something about that soon.
Yeah, me too. We may be going to that trial, but we'll have to see.
Oh, I'll be there, Tia. I'll go with you guys for 100%. But did you hear the last update? I know I talked to Ella T about it, but I don't know if I talked to you. They were running from the car, and Devin was shot in the heel. He was shot literally in motion of running. Oh my God.
I know. Oh, I'm so mad. I definitely want to go. The thing is that we were talking about is like, if he cops the plea, I'm going to be so mad.
Oh, I wonder
Which
if he.
I think he will. I think he will.
I think Teresa once it's like 95% of cases or 90 some.
Mhm. But it may be worth going anyway.
Yeah, just to see him be sentenced. Okay, so when you show me the driveway, also can you point out like which direction the highway is? Because they're not on the highway, right? They're on a different road.
Correct. So I'm going to kind of scroll out slowly. Here's the highway back here. If you can see.
Yeah.
Here's their house right here. Okay. I'll go closer in 1 second, but you wanted to see the highway. So here's the road they live on, and here's the highway. Here's where they were found in this general vicinity here. K-Braze brought, this is the neighbor's house right here where his car was parked, where he was trying to hide his car over here.
Okay. Now, I think I've seen people parked there like on the news or something. Parked across the road right there. Like cops or news people or something.
Yep.
Okay.
So then there's the driveway to the house. The weird little water tower. Let me back it up. And then there's the house.
Wow. It's weird to see it like that. I don't know. I appreciate you showing me and showing us because
we're going to map it out proper on Scribble Maps like we do with all of ours. And hi, Stacey. Thank you for coming in. Nee, I'm so happy to see you.
I wonder if he has any of those houses under his business name.
I said the same thing.
Because by law, here's why I think this. Because by law, because he was in... Okay, so from what I was told... sometime after 2018, he had got some charges which made him unable to rent out his property. Like there's some clause and paperwork that he's not allowed to rent. So I'm thinking maybe he has that under like an LLC name or something like that because...
Or his wife.
Or his wife.
Does he have a wife?
I don't think he does, but
I don't either. Sure. His Facebook is gross. His Facebook was mighty gross.
There's a Tammy that's listed, so let me check her.
I think he has does he have a daughter? I don't know. We'll look into it. Jen Lou's in here? What?
Yeah. Jen Lou.
Yeah. Jen Lou, so good to see you. I miss you. Oh, they're divorced. Look at Sally Page coming through.
I've been told by like half of the town that he 100% owns that place.
I'm trying to get Jen in on this. Like, she wants to. She's interested. Yeah. So.
Well, Jen Lou, if you would like to come up and discuss, we'd love to have you as well. He took over Holly's business Facebook, yes, which I just was in there checking out. Her sister had a link to the Facebook. But yeah, you can clearly see his truck parked there. So, hey, Truth Teller, we were talking about you. Did you hear? We were talking mad shit, Truth Teller, because that's what I do.
How much we love you and dropping your new channel, which was actually smart. I was thinking, I don't know if she did this on purpose, but Table Talk is TT as well. When you said it out loud, I was like, whoa, dude. And I messaged her, I was like, TT, did you mean to do this?
I just saw that too. It hit me when I saw it. I was like, oh, I wonder if she did that on purpose. I wonder if she started like that. Because that's pretty cool. Well, welcome in, you guys. I appreciate you being here very much. Yes, we're looking at hell, basically, of what this is. But my first reaction is when I saw this, and complete theory, speculation, all the things, guessing, was that when these bodies were found over here, Like, were they trying to escape and get to 40? But I don't think so. I don't think so. I
That
think
quick the road, yeah.
I don't
Well,
think so.
I'm still questioning if it was done on different days too, because
That's what I thought too.
Because the two girls were found separately, and then the rest of the family was all lined up. According to Ivy's dad's lawyer,
Yes.
the rest of the family, like mom and kids, were all lined up and killed execution style. So it makes me wonder if, like, maybe the family they had done the family first, and then, well, I don't know. Was Tiffany with her mom and
someone in
Tiffany was
chat.
with her mom and Michael and Tiffany.
That confuses me because
I know it was Riley, Brittany, and Ivy.
Now, why?
Wait, Riley and Brittany, and so was Riley the third girl that was seen with him on Saturday?
I think that's who it was. I think it was those three girls.
Maybe because I still can't get over of the message on Friday that was sent to their family that said all of our phones fell in a mud puddle and you won't be able to get a hold of us. And then they went silent. So you're telling me that they went silent Friday, and then a whole day went by, and he went out with these girls, and they weren't concerned about finding their phones or whatever while he was gone. I mean, unless he restrained them or something. But it makes me wonder if he had done that, like killed them on Friday, and then the next day kill Riley, Brittany, and Ivy.
Well, why? That would make sense because it's a lot to do in one day. But Tio, you didn't answer or finish. Why don't you think they were running? What changes your mind out of thinking that?
The way they were shot.
Oh, okay.
He had to have some level of control over them in order to establish that they didn't run away. I'm assuming that he used the gun for that control and whatever else, drugs, whatever restraints, whatever he had to use to control his victims. When they were out there, I don't know what the ruse was to get them outside. I just can't imagine three girls escaping at the same exact moment and shot 150 yards away from each other. He's not organized, but that is too organized for my taste to be random. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. It's just weird. I want to know what happened. And yeah. And as far as when Kate was describing, like, she thought it happened on 2 different days unless they were chained up, and she was talking about maybe they were tied up. Well, he had those chains, and I wonder why. I'm wondering when those were put in and what exactly were they used for. Was it for something like that, or was it for his, like, obvious?
I believe it was for assaulting them.
It was for, yeah. And I mean, This is what I had to get across to LFT last night. And I mean, I'm laughing and it's not funny. It's not funny at all. But I have to say it out loud to her and to myself to remind myself that this guy's a sadist. Nothing he's doing is for the good of his victims. Everything he does is for their displeasure and his pleasure. Every single thing. So he's not going to show everything that you think he might be showing mercy on. He's not.
Yeah, he's disgusting. I actually heard a recording of him, and it was the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life.
You actually heard his voice?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I have his.
Well, I'll see if I can. I'll ask if I can. But it was as bad as I imagined it to be. He is a monster. Put it that way.
Okay. I saw him on top of whatever tower that was on the property. And did you guys see that video? I don't know if you saw it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
A video of
Yeah, there's a video of him I found today, of him on the property on like the one. I'll find it in a second. The TikTok, yes, thank you, Anna.
okay.
I don't know if you saw that, but yeah, I was like, yeah, I was. That's exactly it. I'm so high, I hope I don't fall. And I was like, oh God, if there was a way I could just yank your rope, I would really like that right now. I'm. So this is his brother. This treat is his brother because someone was asking, do we know about his brother? And oh, yes, we know about his brother.
Yeah.
So his brother, who is just as amazing as he is, and I say that completely sarcastic, Cody, like his brother, is a convicted felon. Deputies from Pittsburgh County, Oklahoma, said they were responding to a domestic violence call on July 17th, 2022, when they came across a woman who was injured and bleeding. Her arms, leg, and head, and back were bleeding, and she was covered in bruises. A federal criminal complaint said he had also broken an arm, or she had also broken an arm. The woman told deputies he had beat her with a pole and pushed her into a dog cage, and then used pepper spray on her and used jumper cables to shock her. She was struck in the head with an axe, court documents said. She was eventually able to escape. Now, that's by the grace of God, because what she went through, I don't even know how she was able to walk.
She shimmied her way out of the cage bent. He hit it so hard with the axe that the cage bent, and she was able to shimmy her way out of this cage and climb out a broken window.
He was later unfit to stand trial. A federal judge ordered that Cody be committed to an institution.
Hey, Avery, after an axe to the head too, right? You said that, right? I was like reading in the comments too. And
yeah.
Oh my God. What in the hell?
The picture of the dog cage that he beat the shit out of while she's in it is absolutely, I'll put that up and I'll find that in just a second. It's awful.
Oh my God. I read that article, just like stumbled across it looking into this case, like on my, just like looking around, and I was like, oh my God, you cannot be serious. This whole entire thing is like, it's like what nightmares are made of. It's like a movie or something. It just feels like, how can it even be real? I don't know.
Well, going into this, I was like, oh, I love a case that's multi-layered, and let's look at a multi-layered case. Oh, there went LFT. And I was like, crap. This one's not the one I wanted. But I'm invested. I'm 100% invested. Here is, let's hope I didn't just screw that up.
I'm surprised it hasn't been talked about even more than
I am too. Can you see that dog cage there?
Yeah.
Dear God, I hope not K-Braze.
Oh, I can zoom in on my phone so I can see it. Oh my God. What?
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. See, how were they raised? I would love to know their story. I know when I was talking to Jen, she was like, I want to look into his past cases and all of that stuff. That's what interests me. But like we were talking about what angles we would like to talk about this. And I don't know.
There's so many. There are so many. The family history. How does a mom raise two monsters? I don't understand. How do you give birth to two monsters?
Yeah, what happened? Like when they were growing up, or like, I don't know. Did they? I just wonder what they went through. That's very weird.
Writing down all charges.
It was supposed to be ANJMs, and it auto corrected to JMs.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, jeez.
I'm sorry, my internet.
I think that would be so interesting to know a bit more family history, Allie. like, how did these psychos develop?
Yeah, I think that's like that's something that really makes me interested in true crime in general, kind of just trying to figure out why somebody does these kind of things, and almost also like in a preventative way, but just out of curiosity as well. I would love to know. Like, I want to know what's in their head, just like with Letitia. Like, oh my God.
Point well taken, pointer lover.
Yeah, it's a good point, pointer lover.
I didn't actually. Thank you. I will take that. Noted. This is why I love chats, because they're always like, remember
Challenger.
this? Yeah, the psychology of it is really interesting, and I mean that because it's fascinating, not in a good way. I believe drugs can bring in demonic attachments and feed the evil. It's very possible, Tori. That is very well. I don't know how you guys felt looking at that video, but to me, that is exactly what I felt, is evil. I felt dirty.
It was so, yes, it was like oh my God, makes you feel dirty just looking at it, like a torture chamber, like a Saul. It's like the room in Saul.
Yes. It really was.
They
protect what's in their head. They play games. That's part of, but the thing, I'm sorry, Miss Madam, what were you saying?
Oh, sorry. What you and Allie were just saying about it being like the House of Horrors, and just when you look at it, and like a few minutes ago, y'all were talking about, the restraints in that one room and whatnot. And the one thing, I don't know how long the actual, 2x4 and stuff had been put in there with, the anchoring hooks and whatnot, but it's eerie to me, because did anyone else notice, like, I would assume if the chains that were connected, if they had been there for a while, you would see some kind of like wear and tear on them, if you will.
The chains
from like
were
moving
old.
around. See, I thought they looked kind of freshly painted and not.
I thought the chains looked like those old metal ones that you have in your garage for like 87 years that have like that
towing chains.
Hey, but your point, because like, you mean like where they're connected to the wall, because I would think you would see people were in there, it had been wiggled or those kind of things.
Like more markings on the actual, like the anchor, like the hooks that the chains go on. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can tell. I mean,
scratched.
I just didn't know. I was curious if anyone else had kind of zoomed in.
I did.
Zoomed in
I
on
do have
it
a picture.
to look a little bit more.
Ooh, let's see. Yeah,
I do. And they are old chains.
Yeah. And I know I don't mean to be like disrespectful by saying it, but I was just trying to think logically, like, hold on. But even the old chains, especially if they are old ones, those things a lot of times will have like the rust and stuff on them. And everyone knows it has a farm or land or anything. When it rubs against something constantly,
these are old.
But sometimes you'll get like slight dust or shavings underneath it if it's rubbing against how it's anchoring hook on the wall.
Yeah, or like could see, like, I don't know that we can even see that far, but where it connects to the wall, you would think that you would see. But those
the hook,
silver, the main.
It doesn't look like it has a lot of wear and tear on it, or like
the hooks look brand new. Honestly, the hooks look new.
So
the chains look old.
Do you think that he had chains for some reason and then went and got hooks from the store Saturday?
Oh, it's a working farm for sure.
Well, it's a farm. They probably had chains all over the place.
Okay.
It's a big, like a big farm.
That and the trucks with the towing equipment there and everything.
Oh, okay, that would make sense. True. Yeah, chains.
Holly was the witch, just so you guys know.
I grew up on a farm. We didn't really have, like, I don't know that we had a ton of that just laying around, but I know that when it snowed, people would put them on their tires and stuff like that. So they would be there. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if that's part of what maybe, I know law enforcement or police chief Prentice, I forgot his first name all of a sudden, when he said about certain things being staged. Now, granted, I was thinking more of actually like how maybe people were positioned and stuff. But now I'm kind of wondering if they didn't, maybe even if it was a cursory look that they did around the house. I didn't know if he meant, maybe now I'm starting to think, I don't know if he meant things in the house looked maybe potentially more staged.
Oh, I took it as the
Like that.
I took it as
I took it as the bodies, but I took it as the bodies as well, but I was just thinking out loud.
Oh, I can pull up the I'll pull up his statement because I do have it. See, everything looks new here, and even the wood where it screws into the wood.
Yeah.
I'm looking, that's new.
Well, yep, it is.
But the chains are old.
You would think that if they, like, you would see in that wood the wear and tear, especially. But isn't it weird there's any well, I get, well, I know that they were shot one time, but I don't know, you just expect, I don't no bodily fluids of any kinds, or I don't know.
That's
Maybe
what I was trying to figure out too. Oklahoma holds a special place in my heart, and this is so. Oh, Jamie, you're welcome, and thank you for being here.
The witchcraft stuff, I know that there were books and things, and he had like I told Tia, I saw on an old Facebook of his, he liked 3 things. One was like a justice for some guy who was wrongfully accused of something, and then something else like random, and then a witchcraft page. And this was on like his Facebook he had in jail. But anyways, not all, we know that not all witches are bad.
Holly was the one. She ran a business.
Okay. See, I got some comments.
Holly, I'll show you. 1 second. Let me get
witches are not. I'm a Wiccan, and I just wanted to that nobody is. I was not saying at all, and I don't think anybody was that witches are bad. There's good and bad of everything. That's just that.
And actually, witches will tell you that real witches don't mess with the black stuff. It's all white magic, not black magic, that they mess with, because they know that it is what comes back is tenfold.
So when you said that it was Holly's, that's interesting that he had a like on a page like that a long time ago too.
I'm gonna show you.
I wonder if he was interested in it somewhat too, because by
that's
that
what I wonder too. Yes, Holly. Let me.
So she had a business. That's cool.
That she did
her off, right?
She worked as an insurance agent.
She had a soap business though. Like she made soap and CBD infused lotion and things like that.
If you guys don't troll this, though, I won't have that nonsense. If I show this, we're going to be like kind to people, not. This is her business page.
Oh, that's a cute name.
Yeah. Whoops, where am I? I don't even know where I am over here. Okay, so.
Oh.
So this is the stuff that they sold. It's cute.
It is cute. Do you know if she was like were they into that stuff? Do you know? Not that it matters. I'm just curious.
Well, I read this right here. It just has Holly's number and Heather's number and their Gmail address. So I didn't really go. I mean, I literally just found this before.
Okay.
Was this the one that she was doing with her sister?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a cute little page.
I don't know if you guys know, but I love. Oh, that's not what I thought it was at all. Never mind. Retract.
She loves Pogs.
They ran it together, Sally says.
Mm-hmm.
See, I learned, y'all. I'm learning a lot from you guys.
Oh, you're sweet. We're trying to put out the information as we come across it and find it. Her and her sister shared a business. That's our hometown flea market in Westville. So would you guys mind? Nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I wanted to know how many people from Oklahoma are in here, but do not tell me because I do not want you to dox yourself. So do not tell me if you're from Oklahoma. Keep your business to yourself. now that I say that out loud, please do not share that information with me or anyone else on the web. I was about to say, hey, put a 1 in chat if you're from Oklahoma. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not listen to me.
He assumes that he drugged them. What do you guys think about that?
I'm from Michigan, Pointer Lover. I hope that he drugged them. I said this the other night with Kate, that I hope he did drug them because I'm looking for any way to soften the blow.
Crystal said that he tried to put her needle in her arm at one point, so it wouldn't shock me.
Oh wow.
Blissful state of confusion. That I'm in that state too. I'm the next state over, state of disarray. I think he drugged them to maintain control. See, I need to talk to a friend of mine who I know has done that type of drug before, to educate myself. But I know Allie's right, and it hit me when you said it. It is a sexual drug.
I think there was more than that there, though.
Okay. I thought maybe he was giving them the chocolate to kind of relax them, if you will.
I bet you he was definitely doing the meth himself, though, and maybe
that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
because like I said, it'll make like men be able to go and go and go and go and go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, relax being the keyword. I'm in a state of what the fuck. I get it. So as far as today goes, I don't want to say we jumped the gun or premature, but I also don't have anything to go back on at the moment. I know that they were, according to my message that I received, they were getting, they were doing some more interviews and talking to some more people. So I know one of the things I did want to do. One of the things I want to do every time I come on here, and I just got out of Facebook, is I want to talk about the aunt's posts on Facebook. Because one thing she did tell me is I can share anything that she has publicly on Facebook. So if she put it out there publicly, she wants it talked about. Crystal said they tried to stick her with a needle well before she was assaulted.
Yeah. So it wouldn't shock me if he tried to do it, did the same
right
to them.
Wow.
Let me see if she...
You would think that he would maybe give them like some kind of downer or something to make them more, like if you were going to, try to make somebody, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think he tried to stick her with that, like, in the same time frame. Like, he did that and then did what he did to her. But I'm just saying, if you are, if you would try and stick a needle in somebody's arm, why wouldn't you do it another time? You know what I mean? That's all.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, I just mean with the girls that night, with like if he was to have them. I don't know though, because really we don't know. We're not freaking sick and psychotic.
I'm going to read this post that I read the other night from the aunt. I think it's just the strength that this family has. And let me tell you something. This aunt was one of the ones that was in the house trying to... And if I see one more person blame this family for going in the house, I'm going to lose my shit on that too. The sheriff told him it was okay, that the scene was released. Now,
and not only that, but the landlord. Okay, so the landlord was telling them, if you do not get this stuff out by Monday, I'm throwing it out. So they were with it like a rock and a hard place. Like, do we let them throw all this potential evidence out and have it lost forever? or do we collect the stuff and keep it and hope maybe it can be used down the line? At that point, the cops have released it. They didn't go in there just to take stuff out. They were forced, at that time, they felt like they were forced to until OSBI took over.
So her post says, yesterday was the hardest day of my life. My dear brother and sister-in-law were told that they had 3 days to remove all the belongings from the house that their murdered daughter and 3 murdered grandchildren. They couldn't do it, so I did it for them with the help of Holly's godmother, not grandmother, godmother. Nothing could have prepared me for what I walked into. I literally stopped in my tracks because I felt the evil and darkness around me and began to pray to God to provide. I just got a strike on something, so that's pretty funny. I literally stopped in my tracks because I felt the evil and darkness around me, began to pray to God to provide me strength to do this. I knew that he was there with me. I didn't think I'd have the words to express what I witnessed, but I want the world to know. I can't change what happened, and I can't bring Holly and the kids back, but I hope and pray there is a way that I can spread awareness to what I experienced and hope it helps future victims. Never in my life have I not trusted the police or not felt safe and secure in the presence of police officers. That changed yesterday. And I don't know if I will ever have faith in the police again. They failed Holly and the kids their entire life and my entire life. I found tremendous amount of evidence in the house that the police searched several times after they released the house twice. How could this be? That house is very small. No person on earth should have witnessed what I did. Then I turned the evidence over to the police and they weren't grateful. Nope. They were somewhat bothered, let's say. I found an additional 5 cell phones after the 5 they were called back the day before to come get. An additional. I hope you guys caught that. I don't know how that house wasn't sealed and every inch searched. Every inch searched for evidence to help us learn how sick and perverted men like Jesse McFadden think and operate. The opportunity was missed here and could affect thousands in the future, or thousands of future children. In a time and age when sex trafficking is at an all-time high, you would think law enforcement would take every opportunity to learn everything they can to protect the children. Law enforcement here in Henryetta, Oklahoma have failed the victims and future victims. Yesterday, I realized that Okmulgee County officials don't care. It feels like they knew they were in over their heads and just walked away instead of reaching out to experts. And by doing so, they dishonor those murdered victims and their families. I'm not sure how I can do it, but I feel God is leading me to somehow I'm going to let the world know what I witnessed and the failure of the sheriff's office here. The opportunity is missed was so great, and the world needs to know so it never happens again. I ask you all to please continue to pray for the families that have been devastated by this tragedy. I ask you all to pray for me, that God would provide the platform and a way for me to share this information in a way that saves our children in the future. The amount of pressure I'm carrying on my shoulders with the information I have is like nothing I've ever known. And when I share it, I want it to be justice for those 6 beautiful victims that were murdered in that house. So that's what she has to say. And she's still sitting on information that she can't release yet.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, why weren't they walking out with electronics? That's a great question.
And it does not shock me at all that they sounded annoyed, because that's how they acted.
Mm-hmm. That is how they acted. The video, and I'm sure that, I kind of, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of hope that cop has to look for further employment elsewhere, because your job is to protect and serve, not give me attitude. And certainly not give attitude to a man who's trying to find answers for his daughter. And your disrespect of Justin Webster was awful. It was awful. And it's all on camera. It's all on video. I fully believe there are other victims and possible perps out there. 100%. That's Jamie. No truer words were ever spoken. And, we would have probably had the answer, but now these guys have had time to hide. And now these guys have had time to erase things and, trash hard drives and things like that. So what the police has done is a huge disservice to all of us, because we don't know how far this ring would have gone. We don't know. He did have the girls. It was disgusting. Oh, really? Interesting. Well, email us. We'll look into it. We will definitely look into it. Here, I'll put the email. Slaver Podcast 1. Is there anything else we want to go over that you can think of? Here's our email address. Feel free to email us. Thank you, Ava. Anybody have any questions or anything that they want to? Brittany didn't go with them until Saturday afternoon. Right. Was it Saturday afternoon or actually Saturday evening? I thought it was Saturday evening. And she was connecting with her mom via pictures on Snapchat. So we think her to be alive at least until midnight Saturday. Legend! How's it going, buddy? We miss you. Hello. I have to say hi to my boy every once in a while. I love football playing boys in the best possible way, whose mamas are our mods. One of those girls was there since Thursday. That is well, they didn't they
had off Friday. I think Ivy was there and she was staying over.
They didn't have off. They actually just had internet a virtual school.
I was told that she was there Thursday into
That's
Friday.
I was told the same thing in a separate message, that she was there, because then we looked up the school schedule to see if they were off, and they weren't off. They just had virtual school. So who knows if they didn't have a lot of work to do or anything like that. OS. Oh boy. All right. Interesting. Tiffany was supposed to try out for cheer on Friday, but but there was a family emergency, so she didn't go. Is that what they were saying? Interesting. When did Holly move? Probably when she got married, which was, when did they move in together? They moved in together in January of 2022. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
She moved from Westville to there, I believe, in 2021.
Okay. But then they moved in together in 2022, right?
I don't know if he was living with her in Westville or not. I know she divorced Joe in 2022, and then I believe she married married Jesse 2 days later after the divorce. Wow. So I don't know if her and Joe were like separated or how that worked.
They were together. Sally Page has all the information. They were together when they moved here. She said,
Jesse and Holly were together when they moved here, right?
yeah.
Tia, I'm gonna jump down in the chat because my internet's being funky if I go in the house, and so I'm sitting outside with mosquitoes and stuff. Holy cow! Some kind of animal in the woods. Oh my god! Did y'all hear that? That came out of the woods.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't know
You
what
go
it was.
inside, please.
Yeah, freaking Bigfoots and all the different things we've talked about have me all freaked out. But yeah, so I'm gonna jump in chat.
Okay.
But I want to say thank you for helping me understand this, for talking about this as much as you guys have and putting all this stuff out there. And yeah, just thank you for having me and everything. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for coming up and discussing it, and being in someone else who wants to talk about it and make people aware. I think that's amazing, using your platform, which is humongous, and that's great for the family because that's all they want. Is just they want transparency. So
Well, you guys should come on sometime and discuss it with me. And it's not humongous; it's little, but thank you.
we love you, and thank you for being here tonight. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you guys. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Just y'all call me or message me later, and I'll be watching the rest of it. Okay.
Oh, goodness gracious. Who let Modine in here? I left the gate open again.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya. So I have their marriage certificate. They did get married in May of 2022, and it was 2 days after she divorced Joe. But I'm going to assume that they probably she had to have been with him, because as soon as they divorced, she married him 2 days later. So I'm guessing maybe they were separated for a while and she was with him. And I believe that they were living together in Westville because that's when CPS was called. So.
And that was like housing, like federal housing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's not a lot of money there. Very wooded area towards I-4. Okay. Yes. Which one of you ladies are reporting on the event that happened in Dallas, Texas? I'm interested in that now. Would love detailed, true report on that. Thank you, Anna, for saying that, because I kind of feel like you're here for a good reason. Then maybe you like it because we're actually factual over here. Or we're trying anyway. Do you have anything else you want to share? I'm sitting on some things that we talked about, so I want to wait until either you go live or we know we have some family members come on and talk with us and let them discuss it. I'm just kind of
yeah. The rest of the stuff I'm not sure. Like I don't know what I can and can't talk about.
yeah. I get you, and I want to make sure that we're doing the right thing first for the families. Hopefully I know you've been messaging. I've been messaging as well, back and forth with some of the other family members as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we can, and there is going to be a live where we do host one of us. I don't know if it's going to be Kate or it doesn't really matter to me, but one of the family members did message me last night and say that, and I didn't tell you this, Kate, that they wanted to do a live with us, you there, Decipher, and you and I. So we definitely need to set that up with them, but probably not this week. Because I think this week is going to be hell week for them.
Yeah, I think all the funerals this week. I know Wednesday,
Friday is
Brittany's, and Friday's the
Yep. Wednesday is Ivy's. Wednesday's Ivy's. Brittany's is when?
Ivy's. I thought Brittany's was Wednesday.
Ivy's is
Ivy's was Sunday, I think. Ivy's was over the weekend.
Oh, I thought the dad was talking. You know what? I wonder if I have the dads mixed up. From watching so many different articles, you're probably right. Or watching so many different videos, I probably have the dads messed up. You might be right.
I was just looking at the pictures of Ivy's, and they had her name like on the hill. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful.
I know. Texas is being gangster right now. It's the truth. Wednesday and Friday. Ivy had hers. Okay, thank you guys for correcting
And
me.
you know what? Like, I
Mm.
got so happy about Ivy had a bearded dragon.
She did not.
She did. And she gave
Oh.
it to one of her friends, or they gave it to one of her friends. So, you know, to help her with the loss of her. And that just like touched me so much, because a lot of y'all probably don't know because you're new, but I love bearded dragons and I have 9 of them.
9.
And I often keep pictures of them in outfits and things like that. And most of them are rescues. I think all but one are rescues. And I have a blind one and one that has metabolic bone disease. So I like the broken bearded dragons, and it just like touched my heart that she had a pet bearded dragon. I was like, oh my gosh.
That is so sweet. And you guys, seriously, she does dress her little lizards and dragons and things up. It's really cool. And it's the first time in my life that I'm not creeped out by them. Like, I actually would hold them, love them, and cuddle them because they're so amazing. They're so amazing. Somebody just had a comment that I wanted to read.
Yes, I have 9. Well, it happened like that by accident, because it's just like I've become the resident bearded dragon lady. So when
She's
anybody
a lizard
has,
lady.
yeah, when anybody has one that needs a home, they're like, call me, and I can't say no. So I'm just, now I have 9.
She's dedicated. Dedicated
I-
dragon lady. Brittany's is on Wednesday because the kids are out of school. I'm keeping my daughter home tomorrow. I'm so emotionally drained and just want to hold her. I think that that's amazing that you're doing that you want to keep your daughter home to hold her. And she probably appreciates that too and wants her mom to hold her.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome. We commend you, and you're in our prayers.
I was thinking tomorrow I might do like an open panel and see if, like if any of the locals or anybody really, but the locals too, if they want to come up and just, have like an open panel where we can all vent and chat and,
Ginger
talk about
says
it.
she has so much to say.
Well, then Ginger, you are welcome. I just share a link and y'all click the link and come up and chat with us. So if we, I think that would be fun to do if you guys. Well, it probably won't be fun because we'll be talking about, horrible things. But I mean, I feel like it's a way to, everybody can, express their frustration and talk about it and stuff like that.
Hey, Anna, would you message me on Facebook as well? Because I know that you're coming in. It was Saturday. Okay. I know that you've got a lot of information too. And Ginger, please feel free to message me as well. If you have a lot to say, we all want to hear it. Like, this is the place. And we're trying, get your peen screens ready. They're running amok again.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, I'll make sure that I have one up if we do an open panel.
Yeah, by the way, to the dude who decided to do that, unimpressive. Very unimpressive. Put that thing away. I'm pretty sure my pinky finger is way more endowed. Hey, thanks for becoming a member, AK Rocks. Appreciate you. Welcome.
Allie just said, I believe there's a new News Nation video up about something potentially bloody clothing. Is that true? Can we look?
Lynn said she was going on News Nation tonight, so that might be it might be her interview.
Okay, I'll check. Give me 1 second.
I have to get in the shower really bad, so I'm gonna hop off, but I will be in chat talking with everybody and watching the interview with y'all. Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks for coming up, Kate, and thanks for all the info as usual.
Thank you for having me up. I appreciate it
and
love chatting with you guys. And Alex, I love chatting with you too. And everybody in chat, bye.
Bye. Oh, I think that is Lynn there. Hold on a second. 22 minutes ago. Okay. Yep.
Thank you
Hold
for
please.
sharing.
Let me share my screen because I gotta. Let me take us off and add. Cancel. Sorry. There we go. This is the Aunt to Holly and one of the people that we've been speaking with. And she's amazing and kind and broken. And she's the one that I just read the post. And she was in the house. So just to give you some background and context to this.
How is it that you and your family were able to get back into that home and discover yet even more evidence?
On Friday, the landlord, as we were planning the funeral, notified us that we had 3 days to get on the property or everything was going to go in a dumpster this Monday. We stopped the funeral, and myself, Holly's godmother, and her godmother's daughter, just the three of us, went to the house.
She is amazing.
And we found 5 phones. We found a notebook ledger with the names. We just found other things, and that's the other family members come. The police came. Yeah, we found a lot of horrifying things. But
can you explain, Lynn, a little bit more about the ledger? Whose handwriting was it, and what was in the ledger?
Just names and ages, like numbers. I didn't recognize, but I knew it was something important. We did turn it over to the police. The most probably disturbing evidence I found that day is I pulled the dresser out, and behind it was a towel with duct tape all around it, and I pulled it, and it was restraints, Velcro restraints, unlike the other restraints, which was laying all through the house. This one was taped to the back of the dresser. I asked the deputy that was on the scene if he wanted it. He said, "This is not an active crime scene. It's solved. If you don't want it, put it in the dumpster." And I begged.
This is what the deputy told to you over the weekend. You found additional restraints that very well could have had DNA of potentially other victims on it.
I begged him, "Please take this." I said, "Please take this. It's not like the chains. They weren't laid out. They were taped behind a dresser." He said, the victims are dead. The perpetrator's dead. If you don't want them, ma'am, put them in the dumpster. I said, "Why would I want them?"
What did you end up doing with them?
I put them in a garbage bag. On that day, we thought what we would do is hire a private investigator. I hid him in the house, and we left. In fact, I had told by the police I had to leave or he was going to arrest me. When I asked for what, he said, "We're not leaving." I was like, "I have permission to be here." But we left, and we returned the next day, and nothing could prepare anyone for what we had to find.
Can you tell me a little bit more, Lynn, about what you found under the floorboards?
Oh, God.
The first set of clothes wasn't in the floorboards. They were wadded up in the closet. The first pair I pulled out was just some bloody shorts. But the second, and to me, the dry blood was obvious, but it was the second pair of little underwear.
Yes, Allie, thank you.
The fluid was, yeah, we put those in garbage bags. We went back to get as much evidence out before my brother and the grandmother got there.
No.
When the FBI got there, I gave my interview and I said, no one should have to see what I say. No one had to collect what I had to. I'm not a crime scene investigator. I'm not a police officer. I should not have had to see those things. I'm not sleeping. I'm not eating. OSCI was amazing, but that's just, there was just a lot of stuff that in time I really want to sit down and talk to someone about. I need to be sensitive to the victims, my own family members. Some don't even know. I stepped on a hypodermic needle. I got.
Ms. Lynn,
I
can I
don't
ask
even.
you? Can I ask you about the nature? I know this is extraordinarily difficult, but it is so critical, this evidence, because there may be other missing children out there.
Absolutely.
Can you tell
And
me
that
the
is,
nature of the Polaroids, the 4-inch stack of Polaroids?
there was a lot of pictures, not just Polaroids. I found probably 4 binders. They're about this thick. I started opening them up. The first thing was Jesse McFadden's psychological evaluation. I'm just trying to be so sensitive. I don't even know if I can publicly say some of the things that it can be on TV. I don't know how to say it.
Were the pictures of children, and were they sexual in nature?
I don't want to talk about it, okay?
I understand.
I promise.
Were you able to turn those photographs over to the police?
I turned everything I found. I turned over correspondence with other inmates. I turned everything over that I could find.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of.
Ashley, your perkiness is not appreciated. What is appreciated is AK Rocks with the memberships. That was awesome. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for gifting memberships and for having a membership tonight. Pointer Lover, thank you so much for your support. We are so grateful for you guys. That's awesome. Please go over and subscribe to AK Rocks over here. If you guys see, we have his link listed. Please go over and subscribe. Yeah, she stepped on a needle. It hit the heel of her shoe.
I can't believe what else she found.
She said to me that she has so much stuff to tell us. That's what she texted last night. She said, I'm sitting on so much information.
I don't doubt it in the slightest, and I'm at a loss. I am dumbfounded.
I know.
By I mean, if something happens to me, screw local law enforcement. If y'all aren't here in a heartbeat, like I said, I'll just haunt you hard. But no, like, I want the people who know and actually look into everything.
I have questions for you. I can't wait for you to come up and say some. Actually, Ginger, I'm going to drop the link for you, because if you have something to say, you can say it. I'm going to drop the link.
I do agree. Okay. The ashtray from space. I do agree. I do think it's bigger than
I agree.
Many of us think. And I think a lot of us now certainly recognize there's a true potential for this to be bigger, and it's going to be multifaceted. I think you're going to have certain elements that from one world, say, for example, like drug world versus another kind of ring going on, and how people were profiting and what's the motivation behind it. And why? Oh, it's just.
Yeah, 100%.
And the saddest part is
bad. Oh.
The saddest part to me is that I can't say all of this was avoidable, because I don't know at this moment that, this weekend or this last week could have stopped, a nefarious drug ring or anything else going on. But I can tell you what happened on, discovering on May 1st. That was avoidable in my opinion, before we get.
You're on your own channel. You got your own opinion here. You can say whatever you want.
I mean, I don't. I'm just like, I'm looking at my notes and I start writing and I'm looking at one thing and then the amount of arrows and lines that I have going back to like this and that. And I'm like, what? How the fudge did I was literally looking up apparently astro glue, which don't look it up. It does exist, but not for the purposes that we need. It was gel.
That was my good laugh for last night. Is she sent me? Actually, I'm going to show this. If I have a screenshot, I may not.
I still have it.
Do you have it?
Or it might be.
Can you put the screenshot up? Okay, so she I had run away for 2 minutes to take care of something. And she's like, oh, I found this. It's okay. You know, this, because we're identifying the things on the table. No, we haven't talked about that yet, Ginger.
Oh, gracious. Here we go.
So I had run away for 2 seconds, grabbed my phone and took my phone just so I could stay in touch with her while I was running my errand. And I just get a picture, just a picture. And I'm like, what in the fresh hell is that thing? And I'm thinking, what?
So I was just looking at the tubing on the table. Like, she left me alone with this. Like, we were locked on the screenshot of just everything horrid in a 8 by 11 space on a freaking table. So I was I didn't realize that it said like Astro Glide or Astro.
It was Astro
Gel.
Glide, not Astro Glue. Good God.
Okay, well, I own it. I thought it said glue. I'll give someone $20 right now if y'all will tell me what that damn McFadden hat says. Is it McFadden Roofing, McFadden Racing? What, the one that we see on the table in one of the pictures, and then also poor Tiffany is wearing the damn hat in one of her pictures. And
so this is the picture that I get from her, thinking this is what it is on the table, and I'm like, holy shit! What, you know? I'm alarmed. I'm thinking, holy shit! What is this? With all the contraptions we've seen, like, what the hell is this? And then I'm like, oh no, honey, nope, that ain't it. And I was like, I realized what happened there when I saw the name of it, and I was like, we need to go back to square one. They used that land whenever they wanted. Oh my God, no way. Another day in the car. How are you, Jules? Are you nervous for us, Ginger?
No, I want someone with info. Don't be nervous. Or you don't have to.
No, that's not what she said. That's not what she said.
Oh, y'all. Oh, wait.
It's KY on crack. Oh, my God.
Like, I can talk the good talk, but literally, like, she's right. Like, I was like, I will Pollyanna out sometimes in a heartbeat. And boy, did I show my, like I cannot tell you what happened to Google and me last night. Like, the Google was like, I think your phone has been hacked, and I don't know who's Googling this stuff, because then we went, you know.
Oh, Ginger. Okay, we need to look that up too. Thank you. I just dropped my pen on that note.
Wait a minute, but that's not what is that the 4 from like 6 months ago?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I thought the chief of police did a pretty good job of quickly like sidestepping that question, because I know it was asked in the press conference, because I think any of us from small towns get it too. Like, that's kind of uncommon within 6 months where you have a crime scene with multiple victims related, you know, whether the cases are related or not. That's pretty heavy.
Okay. Sally Page says different. He shot 4 guys at the house fire. Okay. So we're going to have to, we will, in addition to this, layer number
Cody had arson
7,845.
charges.
We're going to layer the recent crimes in the area, and see if we can layer them into the timeline here. The list.
Didn't Cody's brother? I mean, Jesse's brother. He has arson charges too, correct?
Cody McFadden, right?
Yes. Yes, Jesse's the brother. He also has like arson charges. Or
to me, that's a great question.
The same task force.
Yes.
covered
Anna Moody
those.
says yes. Same task force.
Okay,
covered
that's
both.
what I thought.
And Ginger wants to come up but doesn't know how. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Lynn. When I drop this link right here, you can click on the link, and there's the link right there. If you click on that link, it should bring you to our back door. And once you hit the back door, I'll let you up. I will put a cover over the screen just in case, because I don't know you yet. And I'm so sorry, but people are bombing other people with rude things. And I've seen all the rude things I can handle today. Small toys that boys play with. The street, yeah, it's only for Ginger, you guys. So the back door, right? Yeah. Well, Natasha used to call it her back area, and that really bothered me. So I was like, I really got to be careful.
Screaming back. That comes screaming back at me, the back area. The first time I did it, I remember I got confused because I was doing it through my phone, and it I think it was on J is for Justice, but it was super easy once I clicked the link and I just said allow whatever, and then I was like, oh hey.
Ladies go pull up over 200 in Oklahoma and over 100 in his immediate area. Please check. They won't believe me. My color of skin. Well, now I'm intrigued, because they won't listen to you due to your race, because that's going to piss me right off. So I'm gonna pull at that thread, and I'm gonna have to look into it. Astro, how about you email me? What?
No, I was just saying five girls. I was going 5 daughters. Like I love that, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, good luck.
Yeah. The first time you did it, was there a phone?
Oh, good God. That would be.
I am disturbed by the fact that you had to bring up the color of your skin and people won't listen to you. That really pisses me off. Foreign college and 3 years old. Lord have mercy. You're not only poor, but you're exhausted. You are got to be exhausted. Well, we're not here to blow you off. We're here to listen. But I will tell you that we fact check everything. So I hope that doesn't insult you, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying we're not listening. I'm saying that we will fact check everything we find. And I appreciate very much when people can come in and feel comfortable enough to say things like that. Exhausted. Just offering a name for, yes, I do like that. I like the backstage much better. I do like that. Thank you. I think it's possible. I'm told, Tara, that he was quite the charmer, if you will. I say that sarcastically. He had the gift of gab, James said.
But see, I could see it because, like, the first thing when I first saw his pictures, other than the ears, and we all know about that, but like, like when I first saw a picture of him, I immediately went to his eyes, like the blue of the eyes. But then I was like, the second that fool starts talking, I'd be like, and stop talking. Just all because I was thinking there's a part of him that was appealing, but then the gift of gab, I hope I wouldn't fall for it. But at this point, no. Like now, I don't even like looking at the pictures of him.
He so grosses me out. Well, you know what? Prayers
and
for
how
you
he was
and
able,
your girls. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Sorry. I just was thinking everyone that I guess had some sort of connection or relationship with him, these women are very, I mean, they're beautiful. It just breaks my heart. I can't judge it. I don't quite get it, and I'm not going to judge it, but it's a damn shame.
Hang on, I got Ginger up here, so we're going to bring her up because her
yay.
camera's on. Hold on.
Oh, okay. I turned it off.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
good.
I really
we got
wish
you.
I were. Oh, girls, I really wish I wasn't using my real name, but this is kind of. But okay, no, but it's fine. I don't live in Oklahoma. I live in North Texas, but I go to Oklahoma all the time, and we have like a lot of similar situations in Oklahoma and North Texas with these small towns. And I'm sorry if you guys need me. I'm at a concert with my teen niece, which is like really kind of, I don't know, appropriate maybe or sad.
I think it's appropriate.
Maybe. I mean, I don't have kids myself, but like I'm trying to make these kids have like a good time, and they're 15, and like the thought of like any of this happening is just insane to me. So I don't know what I can even say, but I have so many thoughts on this, and a lot of it has to do with drugs, and maybe that's why I probably shouldn't be using my own name. But like, where was he getting the meth from? Like, who was he doing it with? Like, you know, meth, I mean, I don't do the meth, but I do know meth addicts, and they like to smoke it with other people. So where was he getting it from? Also, I mean, I could just go on and on. And I shared something with Kate Does Crime. Mowgli, Oklahoma has been like, I mean, just a random traffic stop will get you like hundreds of pounds of meth in a random traffic stop. So there was one guy that went to the Department of Justice. They convicted him maybe last year or 2 years ago, and he made like $30 million, and he was running a chain out of Bakersfield, California, and Mexico and Oklahoma. And the main picture, and you can Google it, the main picture that they used for that news item was a 110-pound meth bus that they got in Okmulgee.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so all you have to do is Google Okmulgee, Oklahoma. Yeah, you can do it right now. It's like really scary. It goes back like years and years. And I mean, I have so many thoughts on that. I'm like, I honestly, it's kind of scary because I live in Dallas. Well, I did. I did until I ran away and found like a giant hole I mean, I don't know. This is kind of scary for me, guys. Like, I'm scared of these like little police departments because like, are they this stupid and lazy, or are they like, is something up? Like, I feel like they're crooked. I mean, I'm not really sure. I can't really tell. Did you guys see that the Okmulgee Sheriff's Department shut down on Friday because there was a water outage?
Yes.
Yeah, but isn't that funny? Isn't it funny that like it like kind of coincided with the car wash that they had for the family members? Yeah, like, oh, okay, they ran out of water. Yeah, because they were using it to like wash people's cars for. I mean, this is strange to me. Like, things have gotten so bizarre to me that like, yeah, I don't know. I just want to change my name, and like you can see on my Facebook profile, I'm dressed as a raccoon. I'm just like this normal person. I'm a writer. Honestly, I only got interested in this because I was interested in when the scrapyard guys got chopped in half.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
right. You realize these guys are from the same town.
All right, I thought it was like 15 minutes away. Is it the same town or is it?
Okay. Well, I mean,
I think it's a couple miles away, but
okay.
same
Well,
general area.
yes. But when you're talking in Texas and Oklahoma, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I get what you're saying.
Like where, I mean, I live in the neighborhood and like I'm still like an hour away. I mean, it's kind of like I could literally drive from Houston to the Panhandle and it take me like 10 hours and I still be in the same state. So yeah, like these people know each other.
Right. That's so interesting. I really appreciate you coming up and sharing your thoughts. And you are more than welcome to come up anytime you like and share whatever you
I have so many thoughts. This is, I mean, I think that, and like what I think, you know what? I don't know if this is an one-off incident. I can't tell. I'm not sure. This is crazy. It's disgusting. But like, who was on the other receiving end of his, like, I mean, was he sharing these photos?
Oh, 100%.
I mean, I'm just obviously, to me, like I have, like I'm not jumping to conclusions so much as like, yeah, it sounds kind of like reasonable to think that like he's sharing this and like where is he getting all the money for this meth? Meth's not cheap, and also I don't think they had any other buildings on that property. So someone said, and I asked, where's he getting this meth from? And someone was like, oh, was he making it? Like, no, probably not. And he doesn't seem like a very inventive person. He just is just like this charmer. Maybe he's just like some guy, but someone knows something. And a lot of the times in these towns, everybody has a family member or a loved one that is a drug addict. It's really sad, actually. And I know I have someone that I know in Texas that she gave birth to a child that was they took the baby away because they found that she had meth in her system, and it's a sickness, and it's all in up and down all the way Texas, Oklahoma. These people are meth addicts, and you can see in one of his mugshots there's several mugshots, and one of them, and like he's been doing meth for 20 years, and he was caught with meth in prison. Where's he getting it from?
I have no idea.
That's a great question.
I'm going to go with the same kind of group that he was able to get a phone in, and to be able to get another felony charge while in prison. Get off my phone. Like, I don't know how you do that.
I can't even get off his phone.
Well, no, but did you hear Kate's interview with James, the cellmate? Did you notice that they have them doing telemarketing in the system?
Yes.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was kind of wondering, because like they said that it was just happenstance that Caitlin was contacted and she had like a number that was owned by a former friend of his. I mean, really?
What are the odds?
It's kind of weird to me. I'm thinking like, if you have a predator, he's going to figure out how to predate, and he's going to figure out like how to like work this out. And I'm just this random person, but if I were in prison and I was in a telemarketing job, I would just keep calling people and be like, hey, do you know so-and-so? And they would like answer the phone and be like, oh no, that was my friend or something. You know what I mean? So like, it sounds like they were just setting people up to be predated. Sorry. I have a high vocabulary, but like, yeah. Like,
well, he did so well. I was just thinking like, but you're right though. I guess he for lack of a better word, he was able to mind his P's and Q's, within.
Oh yeah, charmer. He was clean. His mom gave him money. He was able to like have like a clean uniform, what have you.
And so like you aren't like he present, he's doing.
But a lot of these people were let out of prison in Texas and Oklahoma in 2020 because of COVID.
Well, I think that had a lot to do with it.
Like a lot of them. I mean, I could over and over again. Like things are so crazy. I have so many things to say that it's just like I don't even know where to start. Have you guys looked at the Holly Days account that he probably opened on her phone? Like, have you noticed that there's only 3 friends that account has?
Yeah, is the account still up or has it been removed yet? Because I know there was talk.
Oh, it was up. I took a couple of screenshots. So there were only 3 friends that were listed, and one was Holly, and the other 2 were just like some random dudes.
That
and
was her
so,
one. It was, I think it was her start of her business
or
account.
like, I talked to someone else and said that like he might have been trying to start a CBD lotion business, and I was like, God, of course he was. This is so disgusting. I don't even know. Like he's just gonna rub some CBD all over us. But he only like that account only had 3 friends, which I thought was kind of bizarre. Like who, you know what I mean? Like who are these 2 dudes? And so one of them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, well, one of them I looked and was like, oh, okay, his primary picture was welcoming him home and saying like, oh, you're a free man. That was in 2021, so of course like it looked to me like he was in prison. The other guy, I wasn't so sure, but then I started looking and like I mean I don't know if you have access to that account. But look, this is so sick. It said 2 years ago, like a couple of his buddies were asking him, like, "Oh, hey, what are you doing now, dude?" And he said, "Working at the scrapyard."
Yeah, he was not the marketing thing that he tried to. Oh, Dean.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's so like bizarre and disgusting to me that I don't even know where to. I have so much to say, but I don't know where to start and end with this.
Well, that's where we are. We're trying to start at the beginning and actually go backwards a little bit because we can't go forwards without knowing history, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, and you guys are getting into like what I think is like some scary territory, honestly. And like you can look I said to Google Okmulgee, Oklahoma math, and one guy like 2 years ago was the Department of Justice. They convicted him, and he had been making $30 million. $30 million, ladies, and he was running out of Bakersfield, Mexico, and Oklahoma. So I mean, you're talking like you guys are like kind of. I mean, this is kind of above my pay grade. I don't even know how to say that. Like it's kind of scary.
It is scary.
He's probably a pretty small fish in a
yeah, exactly. But like, who was he? Who was giving him the meth, and like, was he giving them pictures in exchange? Because I would assume that when he was taking pictures and sexting with Caitlin in prison, that he didn't keep that to himself, right? I mean, like, I mean, that's just me.
He's too much of a cock not to crow.
Right. Yeah. And so I'm thinking, okay, like maybe he gives this to other people. I mean, I don't know, but like, is it human trafficking? There's girls missing.
Yeah.
You know, there's been like a lot of girls just in that area, and it's just like the 6 weeks before this even happened that they're missing. Winter White, a couple of other girls.
We saw that.
Did Kate say? Was Kate looking into that too, right? I don't want to misspeak. It's okay.
No, you're absolutely right. Kate is looking into that aspect of it, and you know, I don't. He paid for the drugs with the girls. It's very possible. One thing the sheriff got right is normal people don't understand what happened. We will never understand. That's the only thing he got right. Right to me,
well,
that's the
but
only thing.
If you go back and look at his same, he gave a similar, same guy, Joe Prentice, the sheriff. If you go back and look at the guys that were eviscerated and chopped in half at the scrapyard. He's the same guy that gave that press conference, and he's like, "Oh, we don't know. How can we know?"
He's the king of PR, that one, huh?
Mm-hmm. I mean, and it's like, oh, okay, well, Joe, I don't know. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know what I mean, I can't imagine.
I know. Those were the two things that caught
Like,
me
are
during that
they
press
are they
conference.
just that stupid and lazy, or is like something? Honestly, I have had in just my own personal circumstances here in Texas. I live in a big city, but I have family members that live in small communities, and we don't trust the police because everybody is covering for everybody else.
Mhm.
They have a brother, or they have a cousin, or somebody, their mom, their dad. Like, everybody knows somebody that's a meth addict. Where are they getting this from? Like, they're covering for everybody, and like usually these towns just like shut down. They don't give any answer to other crimes or like what has happened, because if
Mhm.
you keep digging and digging, you're gonna find, what are you gonna
You gotta,
find?
Yep, you're
stop
gonna
it
find
before
more
it goes-
stuff.
You're gonna find
before it
like,
goes too far.
yeah.
But that's what bothered me at the press conference. Actually, kind of what you're speaking about, and just how like quickly answers are given and explanations, and like that's it. When he said, again, he is correct. Like, in terms of these individual victims, and the person who likely was the, holding a firearm and, took their lives, is no longer here either. He was like, so
Oh
unfortunately,
yeah, the
like,
only
there's nothing to
person that can
pursue.
give us the answer is dead
Yeah.
now.
And I was
Okay.
like, and
All
I
right,
remember
guys.
going like, okay. And I, once again, like in a freaking different state, like raising my hand going, yeah, okay, to a point. But I do think these are like the family and loved ones, these remaining victims do have options.
I just
mean,
want
I
to
might
know
not.
who's on the other end, like the receiving end of this stuff. Like, he didn't. You guys know he went to Walmart and bought these girls makeup and bought an iPod. What do you call it? A tripod for a camera, right?
Well, he bought the locks. He bought, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not really sure exactly like what the order of events were, but like, I mean, was he just like posterity stake? I mean, it just seems kind of strange to me to take a bunch of pictures and film just for yourself when you're just gonna off yourself. I mean, there were like so many cords coming out of that giant computer, and like
Well, there were
we've got
several
like
computers. Several.
we've got laptops, we've got all the phones. There's like Vaseline by the keyboard. We've got an enema bag. I mean, it's just it's disgusting.
Oh, that's not an enema bag. That is not. Like, we got to straighten that out. That's not an enema bag. It was just it's like a hydration bag that you take for hiking.
Okay.
It's that's where
I mean,
I guess
I'm not going to argue with you about that.
I looked at, we have pictures of everything. I can show it to you.
I'm sorry.
Truthfully,
I'm
no, don't
like,
apologize. It's just, we're weird about facts and trying to put.
Obviously, no. I want to know. It's not so much like, I mean, my heart hurts for this whole thing. Like, oh my God, if I could take him into my parlor, pre-death, and be like, oh guys, like, you're an awful person, right? But like, we can't do that. But I'm like, who? I have to think that he like was sharing this shit. And that makes me crazy. It makes me crazy that like they didn't take the laptops, they didn't take the phones. I'm gonna lose you guys. My phone is dying, and I'm at a concert with some teenagers. Like, I know.
Have the best time.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it's really for them. I'm not into it, but like, it's fun. But like, just the idea that these kids, they had like, they didn't deserve this, and I really would like to know what these guys were doing. James said when he was a cellmate with Jesse, that 80% of the people in the prison that they were in were sex offenders, SOs, sorry. And that is
appalling.
That is appalling. And also I was like, I kind of remember hearing about this. Like something is like really like something that smells rotten in Denmark, ladies.
I agree. We're going to do our best to provide as much factual information.
Well, I mean, you're going to keep digging and digging like a couple of badgers, and then you're going to get like the cartel after you. I mean, I don't really know where this begins and ends, honestly. Yeah.
She's pretty good at putting the brakes on it, though, when it gets, if it's anything that's compromising for any of our like us, the chat, anybody, then we kind of.
Yeah, I think that this is like it with me as far as like maybe I'll just like go on like anonymously from now on. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I don't
always
really care that much.
I always recommend
hunt me down.
Probably not, but I do recommend that people change from their real names to like a YouTube name just to be safe. That's always my advice, even when we're not talking about this stuff, just because people are weirdos, and you know, I don't.
Oh yeah.
I like to protect people.
I've looked weird and crazy in the face and like laughed at it, so that's okay. I've seen weird and crazy. That's okay.
We live on the edge of weird and crazy.
No, I know, and like I really have so much more to say, and like I just can't even encapsulate it. I'll like try to make some notes, and like I don't know when you guys like plan on meeting back or having a panel or anything, but this I have been like into this situation since October of last year when those guys were because Okmulgee, Oklahoma, like what is going on, guys? Something strange is freaking happening there. Something strange is happening, and like all these people, like they're just keeping it quiet, and a lot of them, like I don't think that we will. You know what? Everybody's like, oh, we will never know. Like, yeah, we won't if these people keep protecting all of their drug addicted loved ones.
Yeah,
because that whole town is like drug addicted. I can just see it. I know it. Like I just have been on some of their Facebooks, and like something's like truly wrong, and like they're not gonna admit it because like drug addicts do some crazy shit.
I agree. I agree. Well, thank you very much for coming up. We really appreciate you. I hope you have a good
I appreciate you guys. Like, I really think what you're doing is important. I think that there's like a truth and with a capital freaking T, a truth with a capital T, and like just the idea that they left these laptops, all those phones, that server sitting there with all the wires hanging out of it. Like, this is, come on. No, not on our watch. This is ridiculous.
Well, we just want to make sure that the families get the justice that they're looking for.
Exactly. And they deserve it. Like, no one should be told, like, what is this going to accomplish? And you know what? I have come in contact with Oklahoma police officers, and like we can go into this later. I'm just a normal, like, professional person. I'm kind of fancy, and I have like understood that they are a bunch of bumbling idiots. I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous. I could give you example after example after example, and as I'm sure that the people in that town can as well.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, I'm going to end this live, but thank you so much for coming up.
Oh, yeah.
You are so welcome here next time. And I know Kate's going to do an open panel tomorrow night, so maybe you'd like to join her for that too.
Yeah, I would. I'll make some notes and have like my act together. And I do have some thoughts, but like I need to kind of put them together and pull them together.
Well, we want to hear them. We definitely want to hear them.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much.
Think, like, the truth is really important. I do think that like these families deserve some answers, and also we need to shine a light on some problems. Like I'm sorry if they're all embarrassed that they're like drug addicts or whatever is even happening there, but I mean, good luck to them. Like I think the jig is up.
I mean, I hope, like I said, I want justice for the family however they see fit. You know, I don't know what that means for me, because I just want to help them get the justice that they need. I agree.
I want to know who's on the other end of this receiving situation, because it's sick and it needs to stop.
I agree.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great night and be safe.
All
We'll catch up with you next time.
I will. Bye.
Bye. Okay, you guys. Hey, Astro, I appreciate you. And I want to thank you. Hold on. I can take the screen down. Sorry. Do you like my obligatory screen cover? It's very fancy.
I don't want you to make another one. I just like that one.
You just like that one? I like that one too, because it covers the whole screen. This one only covers part of the screen.
I just like the other one.
I know. All right, you guys. I appreciate everyone being in here tonight. Thank you so much for your comments, for your support, for just tuning in and watching.
I feel like Nadine's like throwing out like Z-Quells to everyone, because everything is like, good night.
No,
good
just
night.
to Mo. Just to Mo. Mo needs to be tucked in now. Even though he's just done all the drugs in the world, I don't know how he's going to sleep. But I it's my own damn fault. I left the gate open, and this is what happens when I leave the gate open. Mo comes home. So Mo, you know that I love you the most, and I'm so glad that you're here. Honestly, your comments do bring light to the conversation when it's pretty heavy. So I will tell you that. I do appreciate you.
Is there something else I can help with?
Really?
No.
No one's talking to you.
No,
she's crazy.
She probably heard me.
I'm just trying to do my job. If there's anything else I can help you with, let me know.
Hey, Siri.
Well, I will when I call for you, but I have not called for. And it's Your Highness the next time you refer to me, Siri. Siri always pops up on my phone. Well, that and LFT likes to talk to my Siri, not her own. She has her own. She prefers to call mine and talk to mine. So they converse at all hours. Mm-hmm.
That entertained me for several hours one night.
It did. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to our mods who are actually our friends. We really appreciate you so much. We're so grateful. Thank you to those who tuned in to support, watch, and be kind. Thank you for those who came in with information. Kate and Allie for being with us tonight. We really appreciate it.
Everyone
do as Modine says, take care and much love.
Yes.
Wow.
Ending on I'm impressed, Modine. Look at that.
If you will do me a favor and please hit the like button on your way out. Also, if you'd like to leave a comment on our videos, we do read them all. You're welcome to join our Facebook group. You're welcome to message us. We've dropped our link several times for the Facebook group and for our email. We answer everyone. We read everyone. We don't get that many that we're that big that I need to worry about missing somebody. So, oh yeah, Lynn, you do. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. But if you'll do me a huge favor, and if you'll go to your favorite creator, whoever that might be, whether it's us, Kate, Allie, or someone else, hit a like on a bunch their videos and leave a nice comment. Tell them Decipher sent you. Be kind to each other. And we will probably, what's tonight? Tonight's Meeting of the Minds Monday. So
I have no idea. I was about to ask you, what day is it?
I don't know if, depending on what's happening, because I think Kate's going live tomorrow night. I think we might use tomorrow night as a research night for us. Yes, we're on Facebook. I think we might.
I'm looking for our Facebook link. It's in my notes section.
Well, I have it up on the screen.
Oh, well, that's funny. I'll stop looking then.
Okay. I was like, is this one not good enough? But feel free to message us anytime.
I need to call an Uber and go home.
Thank you so much to all the local people who came in to comment and set us straight on some of the information. And I really appreciate that. Factual is what we want. We don't want to assume. And if I say we're speculating, I'll tell you we're speculating. Please, thank you. Yes. Thank you, Night Bitch Bot, for behaving yourself tonight.
Always good to see you.
Hello, Newman. That's what we should call it, Newman. Hello, Newman. It's like Nadine, Crazy Mama's personal Newman. Hello, Nightbot. They team her every night. All right, you guys, have a great week. We will be live off and on discussing some things. Look up Joe's guest's mother. Okay. We will do that. Thank you. We will definitely do that. Oh, we love you, Nay. And like I said, we'll be live. Look for us. We'll do our announcements. We'll post it everywhere. But please support your favorite person by liking their videos. Have a wonderful evening. Say your prayers. Watch your kids. Kiss your family. I don't know about you guys, but this has given me nightmares. Yes, Pointer. He's the best. He really is. All right. Take care, you guys. Say goodnight, LFT.
Y'all have a good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.